Okay, friends, then we'll start with it. As you know, till yesterday, till the last lecture, what we have done is all classwork questions of capital structure are over. Correct? So today we'll be first quickly discussing the sums from to be discussed of the capital structure. And yes, then we will go ahead with the next topic, and that happens to be cost of capital. Okay, but first we'll discuss the sums of capital structure. Okay, that's our first agenda for the day. So let's start. Yeah. See, uh, this very first sum is very simple. Just take a quick look at the things given. So, what is told in the question? See, Delta Limited currently has an equity capital of rupees 110 lakh, consisting of this rupees is wrong, guys. Please, hello, are you people there out? I am what I'm talking. So remove this rupees is not correct. It is rupees 10 lakh, no, consisting of 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10. Everywhere it is rupees, 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 and rupees and rupees. How is that possible? I hope everybody understands that much. Right, friends? Okay, good. So, how many existing shares? 1 lakh existing shares. Correct? Okay. Yeah. The company is going through a major expansion plan requiring to raise funds to the tune of rupees how much? 6 lakh. So this is our new capital requirement. I would say this 1 lakh equity shares, they are what? They're existing equity shares. Correct? And now how much is the additional requirement? The additional requirement is 6 lakh. Okay. So how they plan to raise it? Plan one is what? 60,000 shares of 10 each. Means we can say what is happening in this plan. All equity, right, guys? We've been used to writing like this. We make it very clear, okay, right, what is this plan is going to be all about. Okay, that also gives some clarity to us. Oh, fine. Then issue 40,000 equity shares of 10, and the balance. Balance should be how much, guys? Balance should be 2 lakh. Correct. No? 40,000 of 10 will become how much? 6 lakh. I'm sorry, 4 lakh. And the balance will be 2 lakh through what? Long term borrowing. 12% per annum. Okay. So, how we would describe this plan if at all we have to describe 4 lakh equity plus 2 lakh 12% debt. Debt. Debt you write, loan you write, anything is fine. Right? There is plan 3 also. 30,000 equity shares of 10 each. So, 3 lakh equity plus what? 3,000, 9% debentures of 100. So 3,000 into 9, 3,000 into 100. That will again come to 3 lakh. So what I would say about this is going to be now, the earlier one was 12% debt. This is going to be 9% debt, correct? So 9% debt of 3 lakh. Okay. And the last option is what? 30,000 equity shares of 10 each. So again, 3 lakh equity, the balance through 6% preference shares. Okay. So 6% preference shares of 3 lakh. Okay, guys. So how many total plans are there? 4 plans are there, right? Our the plans? First one is all equity. Second one is 4 lakh equity plus 2 lakh 12% debt. Third one is 3 lakh equity plus 3 lakh 9% debt. And the fourth one is 3 lakh equity plus 3 lakh 6% preference shares. Okay. The EBIT of the company is expected to be what? 4 lakh. I think this raw material for making income statement. EBIT is what we need. So you can visualize 4 columns. Correct? Plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, plan 4. Correct, people, right? Each plan having its own different requirement. But basically format for income statement would be same. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Calculate what? EPS. So for calculating EPS, what you'll have to do, guys? Prepare income statement with 4 plans. Okay, prepare what? Income statement with what? 4 plans. Okay. And then they are also asking you to calculate what? Financial leverage of each of the plans. Guys, you remember the formula for financial leverage? Can you post me in the chat box? EBIT upon EBIT. Okay, fine. Unless it is asked in the accounting ratio context, don't do debt equity ratio. Okay. You remember one question we had in to be discussed in classroom where they told financial leverage because we were calculating everything as accounting ratios. There, with reference to that, we did it as a debt equity ratio. If nothing is specified, we are just doing financial leverage. Okay, so fine. What we will be doing? We'll be doing EBIT upon EBT. But just let me update you people a little more on this. That you all have written what you all have written EBIT upon EBT. That is excellent. But I will write EBIT. Okay, somebody is still answering. Yes, yes. I was coming to that. I was coming to that. Correct. EBIT upon EPT minus reference dividend upon 1 minus T. Guys, please write this. Please write this. Yes, Vishnu. Correct. So remember this one formula only, no? Guys, remember this one only, no? Whenever preference dividend is not there, then you will go and say, okay, fine, that is nil. Okay, this sum is discussed and understood. Any twist is there? You see any twist over here? No. So this is now within your reach. You can easily solve. Fine. So I'm not going to solve this. Huh? This is okay. No? This is very simple sum. So having an idea about sum discussed. Okay, now we know that. We just have to go on putting the things starting from EBIT and we'll be able to attempt. Yeah, only in plan 4 we have preference dividend. Correct. Very true. Agree. But then means what we are doing, we are remembering the broader formula. Na? We are remembering the broader formula. In so first 3 plans, what? There is no preference dividend. Okay, agreed. Not where I'm denying. We just put 0 over there. So it will automatically become the same thing that we have in our mind. EBIT upon EBIT. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So we'll discuss the next question. Let's talk to question number 2. Z Limited is considering installation of new project costing 80 lakh. Okay, fine. So this is the investment amount that is required. Expected. Oh, now you remember I had initially told you that when we talk about indifference point, what do we say? It is that level of EBIT at which EPS is same. Then you remember we had a discussion that why we don't start from sales. You remember that? Correct? Sales, variable cost, contribution, fixed cost. Are they going to change as per the capital structure? No, no. Okay, fine. But if the question is telling you from sales, no, we want only from EBIT. Wrong question. It's not like that. It's not like that. That they are giving from sales, so we are forced to calculate from sales and reach up to EBIT and solve for them. Right, friends? So that depends upon the data given in question. Let's read. No impact, right? Z Limited is considering installation of new project costing 80 lakhs. Expected annual sales revenue from the project is 90. Okay. So sales is given and its variable costs are 60%. So I hope you can visualize this. Okay. So you take sales less variable cost. Where would you reach? Contribution you would reach. Okay. Guys, in the first question also we wrote a lot of things in the paper. I wrote a lot of things on the notes. Did you write all that things in your book? You're writing now. So that whenever you plan to solve this or whenever you plan to go through its solution in from the notes, you have them. You have a PDF given by classes now for FM, right now. So there the homework solutions are also there and to be discussed solutions are also there if I'm not wrong. Huh? What yeah, what Somesh was I what yeah. What are you doing? So sales minus this variable cost will give us contribution. Okay. Expected annual fixed cost other than interest. So it's very clear. Fixed cost other than interest means only what, guys? Means only operating fixed cost. Correct. Okay. So sales minus variable cost contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost. And the thing that we need, what is that? EBIT. Correct. Ah, okay, fine. Corporate tax. Okay. Corporate tax rate is given 30%. Company wants to arrange the funds through issuing 4 lakh equity shares of 10. Okay. So total amount required, you see, no? Total amount required. Total amount required is how much? 80 lakhs. Okay. This 4 lakh equity shares of 10, what they will bring? They would bring 40 lakh rupees. Correct. And then again 12% debentures of 40 lakh. These debentures. Correct, friends. So arranged, amount is arranged, right? 80 lakh, 40 lakh will come through equity, and 40 lakh will come through what? Through debt. Let's say like this. Right? Here, capital structure is clear. What you are supposed to do? You are supposed to calculate operating. Supposed to calculate operating leverage, financial leverage, combined leverage, and what? Earning per share. So just make this income statement. Correct. It's only one plan that they plan to run. So you don't have options like, right? They're only going to arrange funds through this only. So only one plan is there. Make a complete income statement. Already we have reached till EBIT. What we have to do further? Subtract the interest. Interest would be how much? 12% of 40 lakhs. So it will be 4 lakh 80,000, right? And then you will get equity. Tax rate is also given. Correct, friends? Oh, sorry. Great. Okay, fine. This is understood. Means first part is okay. Hello everyone. First part of the question to be discussed is okay with everyone. No difficulty would be there when you solve. Okay, great. Fine. Let's talk about the second part. Determine the likely level of EBIT if EPS is 4, 2, or 0. Okay. How would you solve this, guys? How would you solve this? What you will have to do? You will have to go reverse slide, correct? Okay. Like you would say how many EPSs we want? 4 to 0. Okay, fine. So 3 columns, 3 columns. So EBIT is expected, right? Reverse mode we have to go. Yes, correct. 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 Very simple. So we will start from EBIT. Less interest. Now see, interest cost is fixed. That we already discussed, no? 4,80,000. EBIT. Less what? Tax. Then you get EAT or NPA. Less what? Preference dividend. Then you will get what? Then you will get PAISH. Okay. And you do PAISH divided by number of equity shares as what? EPS. This EPS you want as 420. Correct, friends? The EPS you want as what? 420. Now you know number of shares. Correct. So what you can do? You can simply multiply back by the number of shares. So what will you get? You will get PAISH. Correct. If you so how to obtain the PAISH? Whatever is see how EPS comes. PAISH upon number of equity shares. Let me show you like this. EPS is PAISH upon number of equity shares. So how would you get PAISH? Take EPS, multiply by number of equity shares. Will reach PAISH. Fine. Number of equity shares are 4. Multiply. So you'll obtain PAISH. Correct, friends. Once you reach PAISH, preference dividend is nil. Fine. So you'll reach NPA. I hope you are given with the tax rate in the question. What is the tax rate given in the question? Check. Um, 2% of the variable cost. Tax rate is 30%. Yes. So how we will do this? See, if EBIT is 100, tax is 30, then this is 70. Now once we know EAT, we can go reverse and find this add back interest, guys. Just add back interest. We'll get EBIT. Did you understand this, or you want me to solve one and show? Okay. See, let's solve one now. 4 lakh shares. Let's solve one. 4 lakh shares. Okay. So multiply back. So price should be how much? 16 lakh. Number of shares are 4 lakh. No? Number of shares. 4 lakh equity shares. Correct. So how you would get price EPS into number of equity shares. EPS is 4. So multiply. So you will get 4 lakh into 4 means 16 lakh. Just showing one calculation. 16 lakh. Okay, fine. Preference dividend is nil, which is supposed to be subtracted, but because it is nil, even this amount will come 16 lakh. Now 16 lakh is what? NP8, that is post tax, that is 70%. So 16 lakh divided by 70 into 100 gives me 22,85,714. 22,85,714. So the difference will be this, now 685,714. 685,714. Okay. 480 was subtracted. Now while going up, what we will do? Add back now. So 22,85,714 plus 480 is 27,65,714. Right, friends? Oh, you have done most of the things are calculated by great. Okay, fine. So I think now this is very clear to all of you. Okay, fine. So I'll go to the next question. You can use the leverage also. Yes, yes. Hello. Very correct. You can use the leverage also. Right? That is also there. That option is always there. Which leverage would you use? Financial leverage, percentage change in EPS because of what? Percentage change in EBIT. Yes, yes. You can do that also. Correct, correct. Absolutely right. Okay, let's talk about the next question. Question number 3. PQR Limited is considering expansion of its plant capacity to meet the growing demand. The company would finance the expansion either with 15% debentures. Okay, either with 15% debentures. So I would say uh, first option is to go for one 15% debentures. Okay, or issue of what 10 lakh shares at a price of 16 per share. Guys, 10 lakh shares at a price of 16 per share. So what is your total money required? So Sarita said something, but I did not pay attention. Okay. 1 crore 60 lakh. Correct now, people? Good. Because generally what happens, guys, up to 99 lakh, we have no problem. The moment numbers enter into crores, no, we have some we have some inhibition with the zeros. Up to 99 lakhs, sir, you give whatever we are okay. The moment numbers are into crores now, one. Yeah, seriously, I've seen people making mistakes in writing numbers. And if number is something like 10 crore, 5 lakh 2000, having zeros in between. Huh? 11 crores, 22 lakh 33,333. Still people can write. But if I place numbers like this, 10 crores, 5 lakhs, 2000, then so many errors happen. My goodness. So always like it's like little scared of what is happening. So please be careful. Correct. You need to count like that. Arey, wow, wow. Thank you so much. It happens. See, so the question is very supportive, people. For all those people who make mistakes, question is very supportive. See, it's very clearly written. The fund requirement is what? It is 1 crore 60 lakh. Okay. It is given for you people only. So avoid mistake. That is the only thing I would say. Right? Average tax rate applicable to the company in how much? Tax rate is 51.75%. See, obey the question. Now, why such odd tax rate? Don't ask me. It is there in the question. We have to follow. Right? Simple as that. Never question a question. Then the company's profit loss statement is given to you. Sales plus cost. So now we all know at which cost we are talking about. These are hello. You reached till EBIT. So this is all fixed cost plus variable cost. You understand that contribution step is missing, guys. You understood what I said. Contribution step is missing, sir, but where it makes difference to us. And as such, we need data from EBIT only, sir. Correct. Right. Okay, okay. Interest is there. See, understand, guys. This is a existing interest expenditure. Okay, you know why am I so specific? Why am I so specific about it? What happens? Suppose you have to make a new income statement. Okay, suppose company goes for expansion. As we have done in the earlier questions also, existing capital employed. So in the existing capital employed, if there is a debt, if there is a loan, we have to provide interest on that one. You remember yesterday also you've done that. Yesterday also you've done that. That the existing capital employed consists of some debentures, consists of some preference shares. So you have considered its interest and preference dividend as a part of your expenses, part of your cost. Correct? So in the existing income statement, already what is given? Some interest amount is given. Okay. Fine. Then profit before tax, less tax, profits after tax. See, number of shares. How smartly you understand how smartly the things are placed. Not making it very specific. Silently giving the information. Right? So that you miss on it. Now, when you make a next income statement, okay, whatever earning per share that you get, in the number of shares, the existing shares have to be added up, no? Correct? You're getting my point. The existing shares plus new shares or new whatever is coming. Okay, let's read. We have not yet read the whole question. Okay. The company's expected EBIT with associated probabilities after expansion is as follows. Oh my God, probability has come over here. People, you understand probability? Possibility. Okay, converted into decimals, but basically what? It's a weightage to the particular event. Yes, sir. Okay, great. It's a weightage given to the particular event. Why we are keen on seeing the past results of the institute? Why we see the trend in the result? Huh? To find the probability of our passing. No? Correct? Okay. Why we go through past question papers? Why we go through scanners? We want to see the, we want to guess the probability, the possibility of the particular chapter we are studying of appearing in the exam. We want to check the probability of its appearing into the exam. Right, guys? So here probability is what? The possibility of its coming. Okay. Now here obviously when we talk about C, so what is estimated? What is estimated? It is estimated that earning 250, the probability is 0.1. Guys, the probability is 0.1 means, or 0.10 means there is a 10% chance that the profits will be how much? 250. Do you understand this? You'll have done probability, right? In foundation. Correct. Okay. Then EBIT 450, its probability is 0.30, that there is a 30. Its probability is 30%. EBIT 540, what is the probability? 50%. I would say instead of 0.50, I would say 50%. 630, the probability is what? 10%. Guys, see, let's now those who don't understand probability, those who have forgotten probability, okay, or those who get scared with that, let's always take examples other than maths to understand the probability. Okay. Suppose this was not a pandemic time, this was a normal time. Okay. So I would have been rushing to catch a train. Okay, now by now I would have started the lecture. But before that, I would be rushing to catch a local train. Here local trains in Mumbai run 4 to 5. After every 4 minutes, 5 minutes, the trains are there. After every 4 minutes, roughly, the trains are there. Okay, so I have a calculation. I get down, I get an auto, I rush, I run into the station, I hop into the train, right? So if I leave at this particular time, suppose I have to catch a 6:30 train, and if I, by experience, I understand that I have to leave the home by 6:15. Station is nearby, so I leave the train at 6:15. I leave the home at 6:15. I get the trains. 8 out of 10 times I get the train. 2 times what happens? 2 times it's like external factor. There is some traffic. Okay, two auto walas are fighting. Auto wala, bus wala fighting. Okay, something happening. Then I'm just waiting in my auto. When my number will come to go. Okay, beyond my control. So 8 chances out of 10. If I start at 6:15 from home, I take the train of 6:30. So I have in my mind, okay, I should leave home by 6:15. 80% chances are there that I will get the train. I want to make it to 100%. Okay, then I should learn to leave my home at 6:05. Reach the station at 6:15 or 6:20 and wait at the station for 10 minutes. No, can't compromise on my sleep for 10 minutes. Then you leave with 80% probability. You want 100% probability, then leave the home at 6:05. Okay, see, everywhere we apply probability, guys. Everywhere we apply probability. Okay, see, you also, why you go through the past question papers? To get an idea that how topics are placed. So you have your own study. Okay, fine, I've gone through so many things. Uh, almost 10 papers I've gone through. Out of that, in 8 papers, there was a question on estimation of working capital. Oh. So out of 10, 8 times it had come. Quite high chance, quite high chance. 80% probability. This is what we do. Every one of us does it. Only thing is that before learning the topic, we don't know that we do it. Right? People now when they start with the lecture at 6:30. Okay. Some people are guessing very hard that today what time sir will give break. Then people have their in mind that out of last 20 lectures, almost 15 times he has given the break at 8 o'clock. 75% probability that we get a break at 8 o'clock. Sometimes he behaves absurd. He doesn't give a break. Then we have to remind him. Many times he behaves absurd, but otherwise, talking about break doesn't follow the probability. See, everywhere we apply probability, everywhere we assign a weightage to the event. Correct? Certain events have probability 1. You understand that? Right? Okay. Means event which is going to happen for sure, it has a probability of what? 1. What is the probability of sunrise tomorrow? Don't tell me 80% chance, 20% chance. It is 1. Probability is 1. That means 100%. I just said what is the probability of sunrise tomorrow. I didn't ask you about you seeing the probability, you seeing that I seeing the sunrise. That I don't know. High probability, but yes. Fine. So what we will have to do, people, in this question, first we'll have to find the estimated EBIT. You understand that we make a statement. Okay, we have 2 plans, right? Now we have got one plan 15% debentures, and we have other plan of shares, right? So suppose you have to calculate EPS for each plan. What you will have to do? You'll have to first find what? Expected EBIT, right? You have to first find what? Expected EBIT. Now, how we are used to find expected EBIT in some earlier questions, how we have done that, you tell me. We get the capital employed, right? And into ROC. We have done this in 2 questions, if you remember, right? Yesterday's question also we did it. We calculated on our own. Remember 56.25% ROC. Remember? And in the earlier question that we discussed the day before yesterday, it was given in the question that last year's ROC was 12%. And question did not say anything about change. See, that is how you are used to getting calculating or estimating what probably. But now what? Now you know guys, uh, how we will get expected EBIT. So we have to use this table, right? We have to use this table, right? So the EBIT, this becomes what? Amount. The probability becomes what? Base. Okay. Multiply this, you'll get product, right? So as I told you, probability of getting EBIT 250 is 0.10, that is 10%. So 25. Probability of getting 450 is 30%. So 450 is, so the weight you assign is 30%. So 135. Getting earning EBIT of 540, the chances are 50%. So if you assign the weight, it will become 270 and 10% would be 63. So 25 plus 135 plus 270 plus 63 comes to total comes to how much? 493. And obviously see total weight should be one only, no? It's 100%, no? 10%, 30%, 50%, 10%. So this total has to be how much? One only. Therefore, weighted average EBIT would be what? Total product upon what? Total weights. So 493 upon 1, that is 493. That's it. Now, once you have expected EBIT, guys, make two income statement. Means income statement with two columns, right? And solve this. You will get EPS. Manageable, right? On your notes, you mentioned that on the way we have calculated. Okay, without fail, guys, when you solve existing interest, you have to consider, right? Okay, tell me, chalo, come on, tell me. Plan one, plan two. Number of equity shares. Okay. Tell me, existing, can you forget this existing 50 lakh shares? No, you should not, right? So existing 50 lakh share will come in both plans. Correct, friends? Existing 50 lakh shares will come in both plans. Correct. New shares will come in which plan? First plan is all 15% debentures. So ruled out. Second plan is 10 lakh shares, no? Yes. So 10 lakh. So you're 10 lakh. So what will be the, this is new. So the total number of shares will be 50 and 60. I hope now almost the whole question itself got solved. Right? Ajay, EPS also has come. Great, great, sir. So let's move to the next question then. Has done all the markings? Yeah. Homework section. I know the next part is homework section. So let's talk about it. A promoter is considering methods to finance establishment of a company. Initially, 2 lakh would be needed. Wow, great. Okay. He's considering two proposals: 15% debentures of 1 lakh and issue of 1,000 equity shares of 100. So, what is happening over here? 1 lakh debt plus 1 lakh equity. And what is the second option? Issue 2,000 shares of 100 each. So, basically 2 lakh of equity. Fine. Compute the indifference point. Manageable. Show that it is correct. How? How would you show that it is correct? Make an income statement. Everybody understands this? Okay. So prepare income statement. Okay, fine. Now, what is told further? See, initially, company is expected to operate at a level of 1 lakh units at selling price 2 rupees per unit, variable cost 1 per unit, and fixed operating cost 50,000. Okay. Calculate the estimated EPS. Which plan should be selected, guys? This is a different question. You understand that this is a different question. You have to solve this separately. Make an income statement starting from where? Make an income statement starting from sales. Sales less variable cost contribution, contribution less fixed cost, EBIT, right? For two plans, plan 1 and plan 2. I understand sales, variable cost, contribution, fixed cost, EBIT. This all part would be initially same. Correct? Changes would occur from where? After where? After EBIT. Changes would occur from EBIT. See, what is plan 1? Plan 1 is a mix of two things, debt and equity. Correct? So when you prepare the income statement, in plan 1, there would be interest. Plan 2 is all equity. So there would be no interest. So changes will come from EBIT onwards. Everybody is clear to what I'm saying? Okay. Now say they are smart enough, assuming everything to be same as given in situation 2. Okay, means we are talking about this situation. Except that sales rises by how much? 20% from 1 lakh units to 1 lakh 20,000 units. So basically, percentage change in sales is how much? 20%. Okay. Calculate the EPS without making income statement, guys. Calculate the EPS without making income statement for the selected plan. First of all, you will have to. So how you will go? Okay. First, solve part 2. Okay. Select a plan. Obviously, how you will select a plan? On the basis of what? EPS, right? First, you solve part 2, starting from sales, variable cost, fixed cost, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Select a plan. So first you solve part 2, select a plan. Then for selected plan, calculate which leverage. Will you please reply me in the chat box? Ramakrishnan, why operating leverage, buddy? Oh, people are giving me the options. Almost all 3 answers are there. And now see, that is the beauty of the things. People. What has been asked to you, guys? What has been asked to you? You have to calculate the EPS without making income statement. Percentage change in EPS because of percentage change in sales. Which leverage? First one, second one, third one. Third one is third one, combined leverage. Remember that? Remember now what am I saying? Right? What you will have to make? You will have to make means you will have to calculate what combined. You remember when we were talking about chapter of leverages, I had made you solve few some saying this is extra again, please collect it. Now here, if you solve using the general common sense, like make an income statement, increase the sales to 1,20,000 units, variable cost increase proportionately, contribution increase proportionately, fixed cost remains same, interest remains same, etc., etc. And you guess the EPS based on that. Will that do? No, it won't. And you have to calculate the EPS, huh, guys? You have to calculate the EPS. So just calculating the percentage won't be sufficient, right? Suppose there is some 20% increase in EPS. So whatever is the old EPS, in that you have to add how much? You have to add a 20%. Are you guys able to understand what am I talking? Okay, we'll go to the next question. Should we discuss the next question, guys? I understand homework solutions are there, so you can anytime refer them. But if you have discussed the things, you will be placed better when you refer to the solutions, right? The discussion of this question is clear to everyone. Fine. Let's talk about the next question. Question number 2. A new project is under consideration in Zip Limited, which requires a capital investment of 4.50 crores, 4 crore 50 lakh. Interest on term loan is 12%, corporate tax is 50%. Okay, great. If debt equity ratio insisted by financing agencies is 2:1, calculate the point of indifference. Okay, crack your brains. Remember point of indifference? It is that level of EBIT at which EPS of two plants is same. Okay. In shortcut, you post me the two plants in the chat box. Take your time. Go easy. Whatever way you can do it. What are you got my question? What are those two plants in which you have to find indifference point? I don't want answer of indifference point. I just want you to tell me the two plants in which you have to find indifference point. Hmm. See how tricky is this question? Haripriya plan one debt only. People, you realize this? This is such a okay. Take 5 minutes calculating. You guess those who are guessing, no, listen to me. Don't start calculating. Those who are saying na full debt and debt and equity, guys, how you start a business with full debt? I till now I have never seen a joint stock company starting with full debt. Arey guys, this is a application of commercial knowledge, commercial general knowledge. See, listen to me. Stop putting in the chat box now. What is written? What is the requirement? It requires a capital investment of 450. Fine. Interest on term loan is 12%. Debt equity ratio insisted by financing agencies 2 is to 1. Debt equity ratio insisted by financing agency is 2 is to 1. So my dear students, this is your one full-fledged option. This is your one full-fledged option. Okay. So where is the second option then, sir? People, where is the second option? The second option is not written specifically. Understand this, guys? The second option is not written. This is one financing plan. So, sir, where is the second financing plan? Second financing plan is not written. You need to understand that it is all equity. You getting my point? See, okay. See, understand logically. I say I want to buy a car of 10 lakhs, and I want to buy a car of 10 lakhs. I go to a bank, and bank people say we will give you 6 lakh loan. So I have to bring 4 lakh from my pockets. The whole thing is option one, correct? For financing. What is the always available second option? The always available second option is I arrange the whole money on my own. Yes or no? So financing agencies can always dictate the term. When I am doing on my own, I will always bring the whole money on my own. Nobody to interfere into that. Hello, people. This is understood. Because see, this is such a small point, but this is so important point. But this has to strike to us. Okay, if you go to financing agency, then the options are 2 is to 1. So some people are writing like this, all debt and all equity. No, guys. Two parts debt, one part equity is an option if you go to financing. Correct? Did you understand that? What is the sole option available? What is the second option available to you? All equity. Yes, all equity. Is that understood now? See, once you know the plans, then calculation is not a big deal. Okay? Don't calculate. You'll get it later on, obviously. Only thing was understanding over here that what is the second plan? What is the second plan? Is very important. Correct. My God, we shall done with the calculation. Good boy. Good. Okay. Fine. Question number 3. One more such question. Indifference point calculated only. Great. Vishal. Naveen has also calculated. Very good people. Very good. Great. Okay. Question 3. Slightly different again. Slightly different again. In what sense? Uh, okay. Equity shares are given. Plan 1 4 lakh, plan 2 4 lakh. In plan 1 there is 12% debentures of 2 lakh. Okay. And in plan 2 there are 2 lakh preference shares. So by reading this, what do we feel? Okay, fine, we have to calculate indifference point. But if you read the question, indifference point between two plans is already given to you. It's already given 2,40,000. So, sir, what we have to find? See, guys, corporate tax rate is also given. You have to calculate the rate of dividend on preference shares. Maths. Normally, what happens? Listen, we write at indifference point. EPS 1 is equal to EPS 2. Then we find that missing level of EBIT. Now what they have done? They have given that also. Indifference point is given, no? What do you have to find? Rate of preference dividend. So how rate of preference dividend will come missing? Rate won't come missing, but the amount of preference dividend can come missing figure, can be the missing figure. Okay, when you substitute everything in the equation, EBIT is what is given. Interest is what you will be able to calculate. 1 minus t, yes, that's right. In the first plan, there is no preference dividend. That will be nil. But in the second plan, there will be preference dividend that you won't be able to calculate. Why? Rate is not given. So in your whole equation of indifference point, what would be missing? The amount of preference dividend would be missing, not the rate of preference dividend. The amount of preference dividend would be missing. When you solve the equation, you will get that amount, compare the amount with the preference capital to get the percentage. Right? Do it right now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Calculate it right now itself. Wow, we shall be done with the calculation. Solid, man. 8.4%. Yes, good. You all could calculate the dividend 16,800, right? Anybody doing super advanced maths, getting some other answer? All normal level of maths, right? Good. Okay, people, chapter over. So discussed everything, guys, with you guys. Okay. So we are good to go for the next chapter. Everything, every possible thing from the topic is discussed. Okay. So we are starting with the next topic, and that is cost of capital. Calculated EPS also. Great, Sakhi. Yeah.